What's up, you guys? Happy afternoon, because it's almost 1 o'clock. I just got out of work not too long ago. So, progress on the car wash. I really didn't think it was going to happen, but I guess it's true what they say. If you keep speaking things into existence, pretty soon they just happen. Just got off the phone with my guy at the bank, and he said they're ready to move forward. Obviously, I have to talk to the guy, which I'm going to meet up with the car wash owner here in the next 20 minutes. And we're going to walk through the car wash, and he's going to point out some things to me. Because if you guys watched that previous video I uploaded, there was a lot of things that just didn't seem like they were working, that they were broken and all this stuff. So I kind of want to get more of a breakdown and see the mechanical room and see what's going on. And he did tell me they use city water, and there's no water softener. And they don't have a reverse osmosis, which was the spot free rinse. So yeah, I want to see the wells. I want to see what kind of water we're talking with. If there's any structural damage, I kind of just want to see what's going on. I haven't walked through it, so obviously I'm not going to put in an offer. But the bank, I'm kind of hoping the guy's going to take a lot less than what he had it listed for. He had it listed for 175, and the only way it's going to be worth 175 is all those little things that I was nitpicking that I seen, like the hoses were broken and things were leaking and this, that, and the other. If that's the only real problems they have and everything is working fine, they got like newish machines in there and everything works great, then yeah, it might be worth 175. Because like I said, it is a nice big building on a really busy like corner. So it's definitely worth its weight in gold. Just because it's not up and running now doesn't mean you can't put 15, 20 grand into it and have it running very, very well. Hopefully we can get it for a decent price. I really don't think I'm going to be buying it if he's going to be stuck at 175. I'm really hoping he doesn't have a loan on it for more than that or even close to that. I was thinking more along the lines of like 130, maybe at like tops. Because the way I seen it, it was in really rough shape. But if everything on the inside's brand new, we could probably go to like 150. Because if I have to get new soap dispensers and new generators and stuff on the inside machine room, and those that could all cost you like 15 grand. So I don't have that kind of money to put into that. I'd rather just go buy some other business or whatever. So I'm super stoked, you guys. I will let you know what happens when I get back. And I'll upload the video later on tonight, so stay tuned. All right, you guys, I'm back. So check it out. I was way wrong. So he brought me in the mechanical room, and he's a pretty nice guy, actually, really nice guy. He actually owns 2 car washes, and he wants to sell this one, and his wife wants him to sell both of them. So maybe I'll buy the other one later on down the road. But anyway, listen, so we got on the inside, everything works. The only thing that doesn't work are the 2 bays, the 2 big bays. And those just haven't been working at all. And those need some new lines ran to get up and running, and they're going to need new boxes. But when he bought it, they didn't work, and that was the lowest thing on his priority list. He wanted to get the other 4 bays up and running. So the other 4 bays are running, except for that one box the dial on it needs to be fixed. But other than that, a couple fittings, a new hose, and then you got 4 bays that are up and running. Everything on the inside is running perfect. All the pumps are working flawlessly. They are actually the original pumps from when the thing was built in the 80s. That's how you know they used to make things to last back in the day. But he's got a brand new 100-gallon, or not, is it 100 gallon? Yeah, brand new water heater, not a water tank, a brand new water heater. And he's also all the soap dispensers for each one of the bays. They're all within 3 years old. He has upgraded his change dispenser, so the front of it looks like the original from the 80s, but the inside, the internals are all brand new. And he said he did that because it only cost like $1,500 instead of buying a brand new one, which cost $3,000. And what else did he do? He's got, the reason why the water was leaking is it's called a drip system or something like that. So the water is constantly running when the temperature is below freezing. It's to stop the lines from freezing. Yeah, and then he's also the heater on the inside. It needs to be replaced. It's really old, but it works just fine. Everything is full working order. It's just it needs to be like turned on and revamped and like plugged in and like a new fitting here and a new fitting there. So if I put like 10 grand into that thing, it would look amazing. We'd have new panels, new boxes, new hoses, new scrub brushes. I'd be able to get everything up and running. Like this thing is ready to go. The the holes, the pits, they call them pits. So the pits on the inside, those were recently just emptied. Like literally this thing is ready to go. He just doesn't want it because he has 2 of them and he has a full-time job and he has 3 rental properties. One of them is an Airbnb, and his wife doesn't want any of the car washes because apparently they're not making as much money as they had thought, but they don't make that much money, but they don't require that much work. That's why I love them, because once you get everything up and running and things are flowing properly, you only have to go there like once a week for an hour. And most of the time there are no issues, there are no problems. It's really cool because they're building a brand new Dollar General right next to it. So I'm kind of hoping that that'll stop people from like breaking into things or trying to break into the lock boxes or whatever that may be. But I already have ideas for that stuff too. So I'm just waiting on the bank to call me back so we can see where we're going from this. Also found out he got his loans for these 2 car washes through the exact same bank that I'm talking to. So that is going to make things very easy. And on top of that, we are not going to be using a realtor. So we don't have to shuck out $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to somebody for the seller fee or whatever the heck it's called. But yeah, so we're using the same bank. We're pretty much just going to go in there and sit down. He's just going to transfer the loan over to me as long as, you know, they're able to do so. And I really hope they are, but you know how things go. Like they might not be wanting loans right now or anything like that. And I don't know how long he's had this loan. So I don't know. Maybe the bank's just gonna be like, "No, we don't want to do it. That's just a risk we don't want to take. They don't want to take a risk on me or whatever." But one thing I wanted to tell you is my wife and I, we brought my son to the hospital yesterday to get his autism testing done. It's something that the state requires in order for him to start schools and go to classes and this, that, and the other. They need to actually see him and run like tests. And the test they take is just sitting there watching him and like what he does and this, that, and the other. And we've known he's autistic for, I don't know, 2 years now. Like my wife and I, we've known. But yeah, so he's a level 3 autistic, and so he starts class like this August, and it's only for like half the day. So now my wife and I have to try to figure out like who's going to pick him up from class, who's going to bring him to class, while her and I both work full-time jobs. And I also do lawn care at the side while she's cleaning the house on the side. And then hopefully we'll have this car wash too. But our game plan is that hopefully my wife can get rid of her full-time job and just like be a stay-at-home mom, or, you know, a housewife or whatever that may be. Hopefully that's in the cards for us in the future, because this is going to get really difficult with both of us working all the time and then trying to somehow now manage to bring my son to school for half a day and then pick him up, drop him off daycare and all this crap. Yeah, for any of you guys out there that have any tips, tricks, anything like that, my wife and I are actually really good with our son. We're not really struggling at all with it. They said it's 1 in every 21 boys that are born autistic. That's kind of crazy. I guess back in the day they didn't really do autistic testing as much. They kind of just labeled it as like ADHD. So but now they're kind of like starting to understand like, okay, these kids are autistic, and it makes a big difference, you guys. It's crazy. For those of you that don't have autistic children or haven't been around autistic people, they are very different. My son is definitely not very aware of dangers. He's 2.5, going on 3, and he doesn't really listen when we call his name. And if like he's outside playing or whatever, he'll bolt right into the street. Like he's not really aware of danger, and he doesn't really know how to communicate. But he's going to be going through these classes and stuff, and he's going to be learning very quickly, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be like a whole new experience as a parent to like be able to communicate with your child And like, obviously mom and dad, we know like his needs and his wants and stuff like that, but it can be quite difficult when you have an autistic child and you try to bring him out into like public events and people are like, oh no, he's fine, he'll be just fine, this, that, and the other. It's like, dude, you don't understand. Like, he's not like your child. Like, he's way different. And it's just super annoying every time we go to family events and stuff like that. It's just uber irritating. So any of you guys that are aware of what I'm talking about, drop something in the comment section below. Tell me your stories, what you got, any advice, anything like that. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Peace.